Now, this is a tough subject. I've listened, I've been at sports with my son listening to you guys on my phone, so thank you for broadcasting it. This is, as I said, it's a tough subject. Data centers are tough. It's a needed commodity that we unfortunately need in the world we live in. The question is, where are they going to go? Do they belong at Mountain Branch? No. Do they belong in rural areas? No. They belong in industrial areas, places like Trade Point Atlantic, which was Sparrows Point. That's a place where you should put a data center. Before you do it, you've got to make sure we have the electricity to power them. And of course, the water issues that we've dealt with. The only concern I have is with Aberdeen Proving Grounds, with CCOM being located there, and what this legislation may do. I support the legislation with amendments, and you've heard some of them. Data centers, I live off of, for the record, I live at 2108 at 5 in Joppa. I hear the music from Mountain Branch on Friday nights and Saturday nights when he has his concerts. But right on Route 7, there's a data center. What it is, it's a Verizon switching center. That's categorized as a data center. So I think, as it's been said before, we need to make sure you do this legislation correctly with what type of data center you're trying to go after, because with the wrong type of terminology, you're going to be shutting down a lot of other stuff that shouldn't be. We're going to have to come back and open this thing up. But, for the record, this is something, unfortunately, we're going to deal with in Annapolis this upcoming session. We dealt with it unfortunately, we're dealing with it with the solar farms, with the way that the state took the county jurisdiction out of it. But I will tell you this, my colleagues regret what they have done. I've listened to them because it's affecting a lot of their jurisdictions. Data centers last session came up because they were trying to put some out in the western part of, West Baltimore County in the Reynoldstown area, and it was amazing to watch these legislators jump up and try to ban them right away. And that's when, a different part of the county that I represent, because I represent both Baltimore and Harford County. So the legislators have realized there's been a mistake. We saw that Governor Moore, and I did write a letter to the council, which is on my Facebook page, you can read, with all my insight on this. And I was not prepared to speak. I just kind of wanted to come in and listen, so I don't have any notes here. It's always better when you write the AI-generated notes. You sound more professional. But we are going to address this most probably this next session. And the goal is not to take local jurisdiction out of it. I will not support that. It is up to county council. You guys do zoning. We don't in the state. And I think that's the issue you're going to need. And, I'm going to have to ask each and every one of you to pay attention come the second Wednesday of January when session starts of what legislation is coming out. We did pass several bills last session, 2 sessions ago, 2025, that the governor vetoed. But the legislature did come back and override those vetoes that said no. We talked about it, somebody talked about it earlier this evening about the study. We're waiting on that. We're waiting to see. But I appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate the council listening to this. All I'm saying is that, we got to look closer at the legislation on the technicalities of what data centers are and what you're trying to ban, because otherwise it's going to be too broad, and I think we're going to be tied up in court. So thank you for your time, Mr. President.
Thank you, JB. Thank you for coming out.